welcome back. It's Sunday afternoon, 15:53 on Sunday the 24th of Jan 2016. And thank you all so much that have been viewing and such great comments I've had from friends. Wow, thank you. I'm just so glad to be of help. It's just great and share my crazy life with you. And we've had a letter. We've had a letter to Louise's Kitchen. So let's have, this is very exciting. Let's have a little look at this. Let's have a look. Dear Louise's Kitchen, I'm in my second year at uni studying marine biology. I love macaroni cheese and I'm paying through the nose for ready-made supermarket versions. Can you show me a quick and easy way to make a super delicious cheesy pasta dish? Help please. Yours sincerely, Marina Vanderlei. P.S. This bit's a bit difficult to read. Wacky show? I think that's wacky. Your wacky show has me in stitches. You remind me of my mum. She always sings along too to whatever's on the radio. Also, I'm a big 80s music fan. Thank you for playing Spandau Ballet. Got any Adam and the Ants? Well, Marina, it might be your lucky day. But first of all, let's have a little look at your letter. You've got to be sensible here. Supermarket macaroni cheese is utterly gorgeous. I can think, I've never had a bad one. Yes, it is expensive. I'm just thinking the Sainsbury's one is particularly nice at the moment. If you've got a tube the next day or an essay, perhaps really it's worth paying the extra. Slam it in the microwave. The only thing, the problem I have with it, you're probably paying about £1.50 more per portion, maybe £2. The main problem is the environment. You must recycle. If you get a supermarket macaroni cheese or any ready meal, you've got to put the cardboard in the cardboard, the plastic in the plastic, and you must do that because they are just ticking biological time bombs. And obviously you're doing marine biology there, so that's going to be something close to your heart. So let's just assume that you've not got a tube tomorrow, you've got plenty of time to cook, you want to have a cheesy pasta dish. The first thing I'm going to say is don't have any brand loyalty. I got this fusilli this week, which is the Napolina version. This was 80p, which was half price. Actually, it's cheap as the supermarket owned brands. You've all got these apps on your phone. Check out where it's cheapest because you've already saved 80p. By walking across the road maybe from one supermarket to another? Where else are you going to earn that 80p in the next 2 minutes? So, that's money in your pocket. You're not going to pay tax on that. So shop around. Pasta is pasta. I mean, I've been cooking pasta for years. I think the supermarket owned brands are completely comparable with the name brands. If I was having a dinner party maybe, I would probably use this one. Or any of the other names, but just go for whatever's on offer. Sometimes the penne is on offer. You can't go wrong with spaghetti, can you really? That's so versatile. I like fusilli, as I said the other day. I'm not going to cook macaroni cheese today. I did look in the cupboard, but I haven't actually got any marina, so sorry about that. So we're going to go. I've just got a steaming pile of fusilli here that I did earlier. It's the same pasta, just boiling water, a little bit of salt in the water, a splash of olive oil to save it sticking. And what I'm going to say to you is, make in bulk because you're a student, you need to save time. And it also saves money as well because it saves on your fuel costs. I tend to save things like this. This is just a normal pot that some chicken stock came in. Great standby for your fridge chicken stock that can be added to pretty much anything. Not cheese sauce obviously, but any red-based sauce with tomatoes or a splash in a curry, adds a bit of soups, casseroles, anything. It's a great thing to have and it has a long sell-by date on it always. Don't chuck the pot away. Write your name in Sharpie on the top. You can put in pasta and the cheese sauce together, or you could do pasta separately, cheese sauce in another one, and stick it in your freezer. You've got an instant meal. Just slam it in the microwave. Defrost first, usually, just to make sure it's completely cooked. Slam it in the microwave, and you've got a meal in seconds the next time. So, first of all then, let's go back to your letter, Adam and the Ants. Yes, I do have Adam and the Ants, Marina. As you know, we love to have music on in Louise's Kitchen. And I actually found out my original copy of Kings of the World Frontier, and it's been like a little trip down memory lane looking at this. So, I've not got a record player in here. It'd be a bit, it's bad enough having this big thing in here. So, I haven't got a record player in here, but I have got this on CD as well. So, I'll start it off, which is Kings of the World Frontier. It took me back. I wrote on the inside of this the day I bought it, which is the 2nd of January 1981. So I bought that probably in HMV in Wolverhampton, I think. It's got a great inner sleeve, lots of little photos there. I think that was from the actual Kings of the Wild Frontier video. And Adam Ant was really good. He used to put things in. He's such a talented man. He used to put things in. There's a little catalogue there telling you all about him. Wow. Adam doesn't smoke or drink. Fantastic. Guys, watch your alcohol intake at university. It's not good for you. Never smoke. Okay, so here we go. Dog Eat Dog, Ant Music, Feed Me to the Lions, Los Rancheros, Ants Invasion, Killer in the Home, that was a good one. Kings of the Wild Frontier, The Magnificent Five, Don't Be Square Me There, Jolly Roger, Making History, and one of my favourites, The Human Beings. That was a great track. I hope we get round to that one later. But yeah, thanks for that, Marina, because I've not seen this for a while. Actually, it smells like the 80s in a fabulous way. It actually smells like lip gloss. I wonder if I had that in the past next to a great big pile of makeup. I think I probably did. Just put it carefully back in there, and then we'll get on with the cheese sauce. There you go, Adam. Let's put it over here. Okay, so cheese sauce. As I said the other day, I'm not big on measuring. I never have been. I think the original recipe that I once saw for this was about ½ an ounce of butter. You do need to use butter, I think. It's very, very easy. Probably a little bit more than that. Well, look, that's probably going to feed 4 people when the cheese sauce is done. 3 or 4. So we'll see how we get on with that. I might add a bit more in a minute. Heat the butter up. I'll put that on the jet. And we're going to add a little bit of flour to the sauce. Again, for sauces, I'm using this Basics flour. This one is the Sainsbury's brand. I can't fault it for sauces. It's 55p for a great big bag, as I say. So we're going to add a little bit of that to the butter once it melts. There's some that I've got already. Makes me proud, so proud of you. I see the sun shining through. This is a particularly nice sauce, but again, I got this in the Marks' sale. I wouldn't pay the right price in Marks' because it would have been a fortune, but it was a bargain. I can't remember. I think it was about £10. Through the roof in prices, really. I think about 30 at the right price. Nobody's going to pay that. But still, very nice little saucepan there for making a cheese sauce in. Just wait while that. Matt, do you want to come and get the camera into the pan so we can see it melting? Proud of you, I see innocence shining through. Here it goes. So we're going to add a little bit of flour to this and make what's called a roux. And don't worry if your cheese sauce, if you sauce before you add the cheese, looks a little bit lumpy. Once you've got fat and flour in the pan and milk, the lumps do just tend to bash out. Now, that was 2 spoons about that size in there. Let's have a look how that goes. So that's what's called a roux. I don't know whether it's named after the Roux brothers. It might be. I don't know. I'm just going to add a little bit more flour to that because that's not quite stiff enough. Okay, I want that to be quite stiff, almost like a little dough in the bottom of the pan there. That should be alright. Now, it really doesn't matter what milk you use, but I think if you use semi-skimmed, you're not going too far wrong. You can use whole milk. Skim tends to make the sauce a little thin. So what we'll do is we'll add some semi-skimmed milk to that. And I'm not going to add too much to start with. Let's see what we've got. It's the same milk that we had yesterday, the semi-skimmed. Yeah, I'm probably going to need a little bit more. Let's start whisking that round. Find my non-handled whisk. Here we are. That's that. And just whisk that round over here. I've got it on quite a high heat. I'll turn it down to medium shortly. You can see there the lumps are starting to come out already. And that's going to be a really nice sauce. And music. And music. I think he was a genius, Adam Ant, an absolute genius. His videos were so clever. And he's a very good actor as well. He did an episode of Northern Exposure where he was a rock star. I can't remember his name, Brad somebody in it, and he was absolutely excellent. I'd like to see him acting in more things. Adam, if you're listening, superb actor. I'm assuming you know how to make cheese. So that's thickening up already. I mean, look at that. That's absolutely lovely, isn't it? I'm going to add a little bit more milk to that because we've got the cheese to go in a second. Milk here. And we don't want it to be too thick. So a little bit more milk going in there. Okay, so it's just a little tip. Don't put too much milk in at first. I mean, how quick is this, really? I mean, we've had 2 songs, haven't we? We're not quite finished AMP music. So that's almost boiling up again. Thicking very quickly, very smoothly. I am not afraid to sieve. If I've had a sauce go disastrously wrong, I've always got the sieve on standby. Don't be ashamed or embarrassed to do that. The only trouble is it causes you a bit more washing up, and obviously time is vital, especially when you're studying. It can make all the difference, can't it? That last little bit of cramming, we've all been there, pulling an all-nighter. We don't necessarily want to wash the sieve up. Okay, so that's a lovely thick sauce, and it's not boiling. Now, I'm going to turn the heat down slightly there and just stir that around for about another 30 seconds. I'm going to add the cheese off the heat, and the reason for that is it doesn't impart the flavour at all. So here we go, that's looking lovely there now, isn't it? I think I'll get rid of the whisk, let him sink, and we'll put the cheese sauce. I've got grated cheese here. Now, this is a medium cheddar. You don't want it too soft, so you don't want to use too soft a cheese. You don't want it too hard either. You just want it good standard cheddar, medium strength, medium density, that one. And we'll stir that round. And look at that, so it's off the heat. As it melts, it's going to be, I'm not going to turn that right off now, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. That will be delicious. Now what can you do with this? Just give it a little moment on the heat. Well, obviously you can pour it straight onto that fusilli and you'll have a lovely, delicious meal. If you've got guests coming around and you want an instant dinner party, put the fusilli or the macaroni into an oven-proof dish and pour the cheese sauce on the top, maybe slice some cherry tomatoes on it, and you bake that in the oven for about 15 minutes. You'll get a lovely, a really professional looking meal. So we might do that one another time. But there we are, that's the cheese sauce done. And I can just show you, we can put a bit of pasta into a bowl. Let's just use one of these, the old Pyrex there. Okay. This pasta might need a little bit of freshening up. Just use fingers there. How gorgeous is that? So what else have we got going on in the kitchen today? I'm just going to have a little look in the oven here. I put in earlier a rice pudding. So easy, so cheap, and well, it might not look the most appetizing thing in the world, but it's absolutely delicious. All that is rice, milk, a little bit of sugar. I mean, here we are. Can we zoom in on that? That is going to be absolutely gorgeous later. I didn't put any cinnamon or nutmeg or ginger or anything like that in it today, but you can add all of those. Serve that up with a blob of jam. The rice that I used today is this risotto rice. I wanted to make a rice pudding and I realised I hadn't got any pudding rice, which was a bit of an oversight, but this is a really good standby. You can use risotto rice. Don't be afraid to experiment. But doesn't he look like the Kellogg's rooster? I think he's an Italian risotto rooster, but where do you ever see a green rooster? And then Kellogg's have got the same one. So anyway, this is a great product. You need probably about that much rice because it does swell up once it's in the oven. And you add the milk to that. There's probably a pint and a half of milk gone into that. little blob of butter, and a tiny bit of sugar. You don't need to over sugar it, but it just needs a little bit to lift it, I think. And so we've got cheese sauce and pasta and rice pudding. And I'll see you again tomorrow, and take care and be kind to yourselves. Bye.